Hello and welcome to episode 38 of the Spare Change Challenge, being streamed live on Twitch. We are just getting started. I've only played but a few pots. I have two tables of 25 and L up, and the bottom right table is the bottom two tables are our sole 10 and L tables. Not much has really happened. I had aces in the big blind in my first hand, and it folded to me. Not too thrilled about that, but we'll, yeah, so we'll just move on, I guess. Not much we can do there except maybe leave that table, because that's not a good sign. What do we do with the eights here? Just it depends on what this guy does. Certainly an argument for just shipping, right? I think just raising is fine. Our hand's likely to be good on most flops, heads up anyway. I guess we can just probably fold this. It's possible he's just leading with a flush draw, but there are two ranges involved here, and it's pretty likely somebody has an ace. Might be a little bit too nitty of me to fold, though. Two calls. I just fold this one. I think this guy either has a king or a flush draw a lot. We'll certainly get in the jacks here. There's the case. Hey, that would have been a bad card for us if somebody had a flush draw. And he did just have a weak ace. This must have been some kind of, maybe a worse two pair? I don't know. We managed to win our first all-in on the bottom left. That's a good thing. So they had ace 9 and ace 3, so he did turn a better, well, he turned two pair against the guys. Better ace. So they both had an ace. Certainly a c-bet spot here. See quite a bit of divergence between my EV line and my regular line, my actual winnings line. I think it's, what is it, about a $31 difference? That's before yesterday. I'm curious to see what it'll be. Not that it really matters. I guess things like that are just piss somebody off, but we'll see what it is anyway. Just out of morbid fascination, right? Definitely leaving this table, I think. So we flop the nuts. It's always normally a good thing. It's kind of a bad board. I mean, we'd much rather have the nut straight, but we'll certainly bet something. I think we can bet 20 cents and still get all in by the river. Yeah, that's the problem with monotone boards. They're very good to c-bet when you don't have anything, which makes them very bad if you do have something. So unless you're just coolering somebody, it's not really the type of nuts that are going to get you like just a ton of money. Now this is the kind of, it's not the nuts, but this is the kind of hand that will win you a ton of money. Because there's lots of combinations of hands to connect in some way with this flop. But we certainly should expect to get at least one of these people to continue. Now we just have a pot size, so I think I'll just try to get called by like 7x. I mean, it's hard for me to bet less. I mean, I'd like to keep sevens in his range. Like if I just bet here, small, he'll call with his straight draw, and then if he doesn't get there, just give up. I think it's better to induce that part of his range to just make a bad call here and put it in. So, yeah, we haven't seen this story before, have we? For users that have been following this, it starts to become almost suspicious. This is why people think that online poker is rigged, because you go on streaks where that kind of thing happens to you like over and over and over again. I think all he had was a gut shot there. He had exactly hit the card he hit. So we had over 90% equity. And just binks. But shit happens, right? We're going to protect our hand. We probably have the best hand. That's one of the cards he could have for sure. That's pretty much one of the worst cards in the deck, because I think he floats with a lot of ace highs. I think we just have to give up now. And diamonds got there, and you know, pretty much narrows, or pretty much connects with way too much of the range that he could have to continue on the flop. I mean, we obviously could just turn our hand into a bluff there if he had a hand like sevens or something. But I think in the long run, it's probably better off just check folding that turn. It's much more likely he had a hand like ace jack, ace queen, something like that. There's a new table starting, it looks like. Let's see if we can get on that one. Full stacks. We'll try this seat and give it a shot, see what happens. I think we can just lead on a queen 9-4 with a king high. Maybe get him to fold an ace high, small pairs, that type of thing. In a vacuum, it is pretty much plus EV on just about any board heads up to lead in a limped pot. You can be a little more selective than 100% of flops, but I think we have to bet here. We may still have the best hand. Put a lot of pressure on an 8. Once again, pretty bad card for us. Of course, he had top pair the whole time. That's fine. We have a couple potential fish in the blind, so we'll definitely be opening queen 10 offsuit here. 24 big blinds. Guess we'll limp this. We'll see bet the ace high board. I think it's plus EV. Especially for two blind calling ranges. We'll definitely bet this board. Fold this. Once you call, it's like bells and whistles, right? You're just pretty much done with a hand. You can certainly sometimes have like king high or something. But it's just way too likely. He either has an 8 that he's not going to fold now, or aces. I mean, our best hope is that he has like 4s or king high. 4s, huh? Wish our hopes would come true on maybe some big pots instead of in tiny little pots. But we'll take whatever we can get. We have aces in the big blind again. It may be the same table, is it not? It might be. I think we just have to 4x it. This guy's a big fish. This guy's a fish. Hopefully end up in a three-way pot. We're not really too concerned about a club peeling, so we're going to bet $1.75. Hope to get some action from somebody. It's not the best card. I mean, that connects with a lot of hands, but we're definitely not going to not get the money in here. Just hoping he has King X and pays us off here. Or 9X. Or flush draw. Any of the above. This guy's pretty passive. I think we have to bet this and probably barrel a lot of cards. I think it's better just to get him off ace high here. And maybe later get him off a hand like 5s or 7s or something. And we certainly just don't mind getting it in here either. I mean, he's passive, but we have 2 overs and a flush draw. If he has 6-3 or pocket 6s, nice hand, sir. We will probably just, I don't know, this guy's 25-0, but it's only 4 hands. I think we can just, not likely to be a trap, so we'll just shove. And we'll lead with the backdoor flush draw. Guy might be kind of sticky, but that's fine. So we'll just limp behind, try to play a 3-way pot with these 2 players. Hopefully we have a day where we connect with a lot of boards. And we're just going to fold to the passive player's bet. Guess we'll leave with our middle pair. This table looks good. This table may be okay. 43-14. Yeah, we'll hang here for a little bit. Find another table here. We're not going to c-bet that board, even though we do have the backdoor flush draw. This is one of the worst boards you can get. Oh man, folded to our 10s. So I think you have to have a check folding range. But do we just fold to this raise? Yeah, I think so. It's hard for him to have a draw. I mean, 8-9 maybe. But he's not necessarily going to call a raise and a call. He's just going to probably take his price there. I think we'll get off this table. See if we can find another one. Would be a good c-betting board normally, but I usually don't c-bet bluff in 3 players, even though it is a primo c-betting board. I think I'll show more long-term profit by checking back and maybe improving in some way. There's a lot of cards that do improve our hand there. Ace, Queen, Jack, 10, 9. Ace, because we can rep it. Not necessarily gonna happen always, but we can. Sometimes. I think we have to bet pretty big on this flop. Makes our fold a lot easier, and it also makes somebody a lot harder for somebody to raise us. There's a ton of draws out there. I think I'm going to overbet shove this turn. Alright, it's a good result. We don't want any more scare cards to come off for a 7. And we want him to try and get it in with flush draws, so I think the overbet is the best bet there. It's one of the added hidden ways you can profit with a short stack that you can't necessarily with a mid stack, 100 big blinds or whatever. I think we'll play this passive. He's a passive player. I'm going to pot control a little bit here. He might be a little bit miffed. And now we have an under-repped hand and we can pot it. And I think we'll just fold this, honestly. This guy's been pretty passive. Get a well-disguised boat. I think he could pay us off. He's going to be pretty... I think when a player is backed into a corner like he is, he might be willing to pay us off light. Because we can't really have a king, right? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Holy cow. That's a bad river for us. Nice hand, sir. There's not, and the worst part of this is we have aces on the next hand with 34 cents. Did not expect to. I mean, he had us the whole way. I mean, the quads are kind of irrelevant on the river. Just unfortunate that we could get a king. You know. So that's unfortunate. And the worst part of that is we had just already doubled up on that table, so we dumped 2 buy-ins on that hand on that cooler. That's a definite cooler right there. When you have top boat on the river and somebody has quads, that's a big time cooler. But we don't lose our whole stack. I mean, we do double up now, so we technically only lose like $4. But wow, it's not supposed to happen that often. This kind of thing's happening a lot to us. We got it in versus King 6 with Ace King yesterday and lost to a Royal Flush. That's not something you see every day either. It's not something you shouldn't see quads that often either. So we're definitely in a period of variance. Hopefully that just ended right now. We can move forward. I got shot. I guess we have to c-bet this pretty low board here. So we'll let that one go. I think this is a little bit... Problem with this is we have this player that's just calling every hand. We don't want to play out of position with Ace King. We can't really limp either because this guy's not necessarily going to raise. I think just open shipping here and trying to get a light call from one of these players might be the best play here. Getting off this table might actually be the best play because we don't really want to play in this dynamic. It's not exactly my favorite. It's actually one of the most difficult dynamics to play with some aggro players to your right potentially and potential calling station directly to your left. That's really, I mean, where's your profit coming from there? Making hands. Wow. That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? We don't want to play make hands poker, right? It's nice when it happens, but we don't want to be reliant on it. And that's pretty much what you got to do in that dynamic is tighten up. Oops, wrong table. Tighten up a little bit and wait for a piece of the board to get value. I may be pulling up a table we were just on. But since my memory is pretty much crap for these things lately, we'll just try it there. We weren't actually. I get the feeling everybody's trying to bust us here. Do they realize that we can reload? Yeah, we're not going to play around with a7 offsuit here, even though it's a small raise. We do have this 43-14 directly to our right, so we'll stay on this table. It's our second hand on this table. We'll probably do something aggressive with the king queen. We'll just fold the queen 6 suited. So we'll just bet a third of our stack and shove any flop. Certainly plus EV in most spots. And people can just fold, that's a good thing. We'll raise that. I think I'm going to check back to realize some equity. We probably have the best hand, but I don't want to get blown off our hand by like 10 high. So I think we can play a lot of turns depending on what comes. We'll just make a small raise here. It makes our fold a lot easier when we raise the turn. It's hard for him to raise worse than ace 8 and get it in on the turn. Now we'll just check it back. This guy's pretty loose passive. I think we can just bet fold with our queen 9. I think that we can do the same on the turn. Certainly want to make jack or whatever, a few other hands he could have. Pay the premium. Hopefully he realizes that an ace is a straight here and doesn't just bet 2 pair. So we have a straight. So I guess there are a few ace X type hands in his range, like ace 4, ace jack. I mean, do we just have to be a payoff wizard because we have so much invested? We're getting 2 to 1. We have to be good, like, I don't know, we're in, what, 30% of the time. But then again, he is passive, and I think he just checks 2 pairs. I think he generally this is just strong when a player do that. I mean, if he has a bluff, nice hand, sir. I think most of the time he's just got an ace there. It's possible he had just a 9 or 2 pair. But I think we're just paying him off if we call there most of the time. I don't think we're going to be good 30%, 33 or whatever the hell the price is. It's probably less than that, right? 27? Maybe you guys are a little better at the poker maths than I am. Yeah. Guess we're just mainly just got to get it in pre-flop now. We're shoving every time. We just got to wait on plus EV shoving spots. We have an SPR3 with top pair on a monotone board. I think we just have to get it in. I'm just going to shove. If somebody flopped a flush or has a better 10, good game, sir. But my SPR is just too low not to get it in. We can narrow fold here with the ace-jack suited. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Maybe we should reload. We've had aces and now jacks in the big blind, or anyway, yeah. Are we just gonna sit here and seesaw between 70 and 30 cents? I was gonna say this is all. Somebody asked me, or if I'm gonna reload. I was gonna say this is all the money I have. I actually think it's fun to try and rebuild a stack from 20, 30 cents. Well, whoops! Guess we have to reload now, right? Unless it pairs. Nope. He just said bye-bye, like I'm gonna leave. This is annoying. I can't type anything because of my stupid hotkeys that I don't even use. The only hotkey I use is when I leave the table. Maybe I should just lose that. Actually, this doesn't look like a very... Well, we have this guy. 32.4. What is this? Ugh. Yeah, some stupid thing pop up. Trying to get rid of. What that's all about. I don't know, what do you think? Leave this table, stay? See if there's anything else available right now. In the meantime, we'll open that. Yeah, maybe there's a 25 NL table we can get if we... Yeah, we'll go ahead and get off this table now. See if we can get this decent looking 25 NL table called Leather Necks. Guess we'll try... actually this one, right? We have the two short stacks to our right. Oh yeah, I guess definitely we'll open that. 77-0. This is our mark right here. It's always good to wake up with nines or something in the big blind on your first hand and have it under the gun limp. Yeah, so we'll just ship here. Hope to get called and not be trapped. What do you think? C-bet or check back for... Yeah, I think we're just building a pot for somebody else most of the time when we C-bet here. I think we'd rather check back and pick up some equity sometimes. We'll just check it down here. Maybe give him a chance to bluff at some point. Yeah, we'll just call now. He could have a king, but we're not going to get him to bluff anything else. He's not going to call with anything, so probably just better off check calling there. This table looks good on the top right. We'll stay here. Bottom right's probably okay. We don't know yet. I think our fish might be to the left, but we'll stick it out for a minute and see what happens. I'll go ahead and do this just in case. Bottom right was certainly a good table. We'll have to fold here. Hold that. Oops, we don't want to do that. Don't want to get in the habit of that, because it kind of gives a read on you when you insta fold to somebody's open. There's kings. Protection. Yeah, so what do we do here? What do we do? Should we check fold this one? I guess we ship. Just fold this. Since everything got there. Pretty much. We get called by jacks, that's good. Yeah, we win one. Right. Certainly c-bet this. A little bit big, I think is best. Bet fold this, I think, for $1. Guess we should have limped there. Ah, we would have been open-ended. Oh well. Get off of this table. There's one. Might be good. And we'll try this seat. We're in the big blind next hand. That's always good. Cool. Yeah. Let's see what. Stay on this one for a minute. We have a 67-17 directly to our left now. And 33-0, so we'll give this one a shot. One more revolution here, see what happens. Tempting to call with the ace-9, isn't it? We're getting 9 to 1, whatever. I guess we'll call just, but we're not looking for an ace. We're looking for like ace-9, 9-9, 3 spades, and an overcard, something like that. We're definitely not looking for just an ace or just a 9 most of the time. Although I think just a 9 would probably be better than an ace. We'll just lead with queen high. We may have the best hand here. We can get him to fold some hands. I guess we just have to bet out now. I guess we can check now. I think he checked back some hands we're now beating that were beating us. And probably won't bet unless he has it. It's hard for him to have just a bluff there, right? Because the flush draw I got there. Let's try limping this. I think it's a good ISO hand too. I guess we'll just bet here. I think we take this down pretty often. Your bet's 10%. That's 1 out of 10. This is now 2 out of 11. I think well, certainly going to be some bluffs in his range. He's down $18. I think we just have to ship 9s. I think it's close, but I think we have to put in the 9s with this read. think he could certainly be 3-betting like 8s, 7s, all of his big aces. Yeah, he certainly be doing that as well. And we hold. Finally. It wasn't exactly an easy hold, was it? So yeah, we let this guy 3-bet his ace-8, which makes sense. I mean, he's down now a buy-in. He's shown to be maybe a tag or a lag. So he's certainly going to be bluffing a lot in that spot. And that was certainly... he bluffed and then he bluff called, right? That's like a double whammy. I guess he thought he was committed, which he may very well have been. That's the problem with 3-betting 225 versus me if you're planning on folding. Oops. Make people make mistakes, you know, that was a little bit of a mistake on both accounts, both the raise and the call. Probably just, yeah, I don't know which was worse. I don't think I'm going to be 4-betting worse than ace-8, right? Very often. He's just usually going to be up against a big pair or a better ace. I don't think I'm ever 4-betting king-queen there, right? I mean, I know he can be pretty wide there, but not that wide. And if he thought I was opening really wide, which I am on the button, right? He could... That's one of the hands that could be in his flatting range. Maybe. It's got blockers. There's a lot of check raise potential. I think I'm going to limp and let this guy ISO. And then just ship the 60 big blinds in. Maybe this guy's looking for a little payback. And we get a fold, which is good. If he folded any pairs there ever, that's a really good bet by us. This guy could ISO light. I think we set up some good scenarios if we limp here. Under the gun, if you have any passive players behind you, normally it's okay still because you are under the gun. Raising ranges, chances of this happening increase. If I was in the hijack, I would not have done that. So now we'll just overship. Isolate this player. Should be way ahead of his range. Infinitely ahead. Unfortunately, he picked us up toward the top of his range. We have a lot of outs, which we don't get there, but we only lose whatever dollar he had or whatever. Not the end of the world. We don't mind losing those flips. Just don't lose the big ones today. We'll give this table another shot. It was leathernecks. It wasn't bad earlier, it just had all the fish to our left. I think we'll limp shove now. There's a good chance it checks through, but we're going to have pretty good, what's the word? Visibility on the river if a club comes or a heart comes or something like that. I like this heart. Do we just overbet? I think we just overbet shove. To try and get called by a king X or a backdoor heart draw. Set of fives. There's a few hands in 3 ranges that can call us on that river. Ace X is definitely still a possibility that's not going to fold that river. Fortunately, they don't have any of that stuff. Maybe I should have bet a smaller bet. I don't know. Yeah. I think a lot of the time they're just going to have busted draws and shit. And maybe king X. They're not even going to call $1.50 width on the river. So I think the overbet actually is okay. I probably should have limp shoved this, because I'm so short, but we'll definitely bet again. If somebody has an ace, you know, you got us. You got us. Hero fold this if somebody bets. Okay, so we somehow this guy, oh, I guess he had a open ender, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, we probably should have limp shoved that. We would have been chopping it. Just gonna open shove ace 4. We only have 7 big blinds. We can't really fold to a 3-bet. We don't really want to raise, and then we're gonna have to ship every flop. Let's just let it get called by a worse hand right now. So, I mean, this hand just plays itself. He had ace jack, it's cooler, whatever. We only had 7 big blinds, so most of the time we're just going to either take it down pre-flop or get called by like ace deuce, king queen, king jack, queen 10 suited, jack 10, 8 9 suited. Like a huge amount of hands that we're crushing, so we're not crushing necessarily, but certainly ahead. I think our pure fold equity, 15 cents with only 70 behind, I mean, it makes it worthwhile just to shove any ace there. Oh, I guess we'll limp this. I mean, erase this, not limp this. Little almost family pot here. Well, I guess it is a family. Well, no, it's not. He didn't call. This guy's sitting out. I guess we bet 20 cents. I think people just fold a lot here. Yeah, I guess we can just give up now. We get a raise and a call.
QuickBooks introduces.
Yeah, we can complete that. I guess we'll lead with our flush draw. I guess. Can't really check call, right? Not the worst card in the world, really, just to overbet shove the turn. What do you think? If somebody has a boat or a better flush, they just got us. Yeah, put somebody in a tough spot with a 10, right? I think this is pretty standard here. I don't think this is anything. I mean, he's going to call with a 10 every time, right? So just get the monies in now. Don't let another spade peel off. Got him. That's what he gets, right? That's what you get. I think that's a pretty easy fold for him. I can't be shoving anything but a flush there or a boat, right? I pretty much just have to have a boat or a flush to shove that turn. I'm not bluffing into 2 players. I think he can make the fold there. We shall take that. Nice to win a couple pots this session. We had a couple coolers, but I think a few of our coolers have been in pretty small pots, so. Alright, so let's look for another table here. Wow, flopped a straight. It's not a check because we have a straight to slow play, it's a check just to get the money in now, rather than let a bad turn card peel off. This guy's kind of short, but whatever. I don't think he's folding now. He's got a call with any 8, 10, or 9 probably. He should be. I mean, there's a lot of jacks in my range, and he's kind of committed now. Yeah. So we chop. Oh, how many? Is that like 3 straight times we've chopped in that spot where we've got it in straight versus open ender, and they've hit our hand every time, our top card, and gotten a straight. I mean, that's a small pot, obviously. I'm not really that concerned about it, but it's just funny. How often that's been happening to us. Oh well, our EV will like us. I think this table's worth staying on. This one, yeah. Okay, 83.50. Well, this guy's 85 VPIP. Anytime you have a player, I don't care where he is. If you have an 80 plus VPIP on your table, I guess there's some extreme scenarios where you don't want to stay on that table, but 9 times out of 10, I think you just stay on that table. There's just so much value to be had from an 80 VPIP. Every hand goes up way in value when you have that type of player on your table. You don't want to get too crazy with it all the time, but yeah, it's definitely a good dynamic normally. Don't like this table too much so far. Bunch of low VPIP players. Yeah, we'll just take off. Eventually here. Guess we could see bet the king high board with some backdoor shenanigans possible. That's one of them. That'd be a good backdoor there to hit a queen. I think we can just check back now. On this type of board, I think he's just way too often going to have king X being a tight player. I'm assuming he's probably a tight player. I can ship this, I think. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get him off an 8, I don't think. Could have just hit 9-7 ahead of a 7 now and call. I guess we may have a little bit of showdown value. Probably going to have... Oh, wow. He really called a flop with that. I think I bet like 75% pot or something, too. That is a very interesting call on the flop by him. Little bit ambitious. Guess I should have bet again. I think we'll definitely see bet this ace high board. Get on a table called Meathead. I feel like a meathead after the last couple sessions. Assuming that means somebody that's pretty thick-headed, I guess. Not sure what they could be meaning. Usually they use sports references like Doral is obviously the golf place, right? Country Club, Doral Country Club. Oakdale's probably the same. Olympic Stadium, I mean that's obvious. Meathead. Is there some kind of sports team called Meathead? Anybody out there know? I've never heard that one before. Hey, Osama. Yeah, I might be up. I'm not sure. I've won. I think my couple wins have mostly been at 25 and L. But I have been coolered a few times as well, so it could be better. I don't think I've gotten it in bad today. Knock on wood. Not much going for us on this flop, except for overcards and Ace of clubs. I'm just not gonna fire into 4 players. That's just ridiculoso, I think. I guess we can call. What happened here? Oh, okay. I thought this guy was on the button. I was like, what the hell? I think we raised this turn, honestly. Set up a cheaper showdown for ourselves. Discourage some weird gut shot type hands from continuing, I guess. Well, not discourage, but make them pay a price. I think we just take it to showdown. That's a good result. I'm just going to check back, assuming we always have the best hand here, and we need to... In case he did happen to have a 5, we would limit it to a loss of 2 streets. He check raises us here. Okay. This guy's been pretty aggro. He didn't bet the last time, but I'm going to give him a chance to bet this time. Commit. Although I do have 334. Maybe I should just bet that one. I don't know. Kind of want to get a bet and then a call and a call, and then I can shove. I'm not going to slow play this. I mean, he's got 9 EV pip. He could have anything here. And probably a pretty wide continuing range if he's that type of player that's going to be 90 VPIP. So I got to give him a chance to call with just pocket 5s, ace high. Who knows? Got shots, open enders, numerous hands. There's a little coolerage there on this table. I guess we'll wait to see who sits down here. We still have this guy, so I'd much rather be in that seat. But we'll stay for now. Call, call, call. Yeah, I think this guy's going to be pounding on our blinds a lot, so maybe this isn't the greatest table. Yeah. This is one of those spots I was talking about. And now that this guy's a full stack sitting down, I'll probably get off this table. This forces to pick up a hand. I hate having to pick up a hand. I want to just bluff, steal, yada yada. Wow, this guy folded. Aces! We have aces. Anybody see that? We have aces. Probably just gonna fold to us, right? God, okay. Probably just get off this table if he folds. I guess we can just bet here. That flop's a little bit too good. I think this is a little suspicious when we just check here, but you know, what are you gonna do? I think we have to bet now. Can't see him checking back a flush draw very often. Now we have to try and get value from something. I guess this is a fold now. This guy's 11 aggression factor. This was a three-way pot, though. I've shown a lot of aggression on this. I'm certainly not going to be folding any overpairs, so King X. So I think this has to be a... do we just bet fold the river? I guess. Maybe we get called by a lot of two pairs and such. Yeah, we'll stick with the plan here. Yeah, I'll take this seat. He's a shorty. Usually the sign of a weak player. Usually. Not always. He could be a 20 big blind crusher too. Did our HUD not come up here? Let's see. There we go. Occasionally it doesn't kick in when it's supposed to. Oh wait, our short stack just went broke. See if he reloads. Yeah, he doesn't reload. Let's give him a second. See if he reloads here. Not yet. See what stack sizes sit. There's a full stack. We have to bet that turn. Wow. Interesting river, huh? Could he ever raise king queen on this river? Is he gonna bet a queen, however? We induce something? Like by the ace of clubs, like ace queen with the... I guess we have to call this. I mean, he's going to have a flush here fairly often, but he's also going to have like king queen. And we kind of keep it... We bet small, so we're kind of still keeping it to one bet. I think he could have king 7 that he's value raising or something. But yeah, it's a pretty bad river if he... yeah, so he just turned his hand into a bluff. So that's what our bet size did there. And it's nice when you have a plan and your plan works out as well, you know. We bet a small bet to induce something. Betting big would be only getting called by like flushes, right? I mean, he's probably not going to call with ace 7 there if I bet big. If I bet the $1.47, he's not going to call me. He's not going to bluff after I bet that. So the only way I get that $1.47 is to bet the 44 cents or whatever that I bet. What's this 45? Oh yeah, this guy just doubled up. Got another full stack here now. Let's see what these guys are doing so far. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, I'll probably just abandon ship here. See if we can get back on this one. You can't process this request. Screw you, ignition. This one, I guess? No, we've been on it too recently. We'll bet our 5 here. Probably barrel our 5 here. Yeah, we'll barrel our 5 here. Even in a 3-way, I think we can do this. Sometimes he folds a jack, but he can certainly have queen 10. Just a random float with ace 10. He doesn't raise the turn, so I guess we just give it up. Pretty much force him to have a strong hand there. Or make a bluff on a board that really connects really well with my range. Okay. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow here tomorrow. I don't think that's going to affect the stream or anything. It's supposed to snow all night Friday night. We had a pretty major snowstorm the year I moved here back in 2002. And they were very ill-equipped to handle it back then, so a lot of changes were made in the way they do things. They actually bought some snowplows, some brine to put down on the roads. They did not do that back then. The whole city was basically shut down for 2 weeks back then. There's roads that are still closed in the state of North Carolina that have never reopened since that. Every once in a while I'll run into a dead end somewhere out in central western North Carolina. And the worst part was I think the first phase of it was like a big ice storm. And stuck to all the trees that had been there for hundreds of years that hadn't had ice on them for decades. So like every tree in the whole damn state fell pretty much. Just give up here. We'll definitely call, assuming this player doesn't re-raise. We'll see a flop with our 7-6 suited, getting a really good price with a full stack. I think we'll lead on this board. Maybe something like King Queen folds, pocket 7s. I don't know. Pick your poison. Sometimes Jack X. Wow. That is an interesting turn card. I think we just have to bet small here. He's not going to fold Ace X, but we might get a cheaper price for our river. You know, there's a possibility we get an inducement here. But we could also get a jack to fold, right? Or stubborn pocket 8s. Tends to work out for us, though. There, so we'll definitely definitely be happy about that. I think we'll just, without reverse implied odds, we might just check fold with our weak open-ended here. Weak open-ender. I mean, a king doesn't really do much for us. It's hard to get any value. And 8, we could be drawing dead. Just let it go. I think we can ISO this. Queen Jack's one of the better hands to do this with. Flops so well. Yeah, I've shoveled snow. A lot of times this is just the nuts here. Just a matter of whether we have the right price. 30 cents. 4 to 1. Are you ever supposed to fold when you're getting 4 to 1? I think not. We're not really that thrilled here. We're actually really happy just to get the showdown. This guy's just going to have the nuts sometimes. I don't think there's a lot of 10s in his range, so I can just bet now. I think he's going to have aces or kings there a lot. I don't know why he would check the flop with that hand. Maybe ace jack is more likely, actually. He did have pocket aces. He let me get there. Not sure what his... Well, I'm saying what I'm not sure what his thought process was, but he probably didn't have a thought process. That's probably part of his problem. I guess we have to call this min bet because he could definitely have like a king of diamonds here. I guess we maybe bet fold this river. Our two pair. We'll open this a little light, but we do have the 63-13. Let's see. We've been on this table, but let's see how it looks now. Hold this. I think I can do this. I think I can buy the button here a lot. Hopefully. I guess now that this guy called, we can call with the sixes. Apparently we have to fold the queen 8 now. Just shove your 80 big blinds in. Must have been ace king. Or jacks. I'm actually going to raise. I think I can get this guy off a hand like 8s, 9s, 10s. And this guy could probably just have ace high here. Maybe certainly could have a deuce or a queen. I mean, it's possible, but I think... yeah, so this is a good result for us with the sixes. Like, you can make this guy fold a lot of strong hands. And this guy usually has nothing when he leads there. He's not going to lead with a deuce, definitely, but he... probably not a queen either, so... it's just crap when he does that. And there's a good chance we had the best hand anyway. So what's the play here? This guy's pretty aggro. We need to try and induce him into something. You don't really want to give too good a price on this board. You hate to give the free card, but I think we have to just let him bet turns. I think he's aggro enough that we can just let him bet turns. It's one of the worst turn cards, of course. I mean, the flush gets there, but we're kind of committed on the flop. I think we can just bet fold a turn. I don't think we can check back and call something. There's a chance he raises with a worst hand now, but it's just highly unlikely once the flush comes in. That takes a lot of balls. Most players don't have balls that big. And we'll just check call this river. A really good river card for us. I think he can rep some hands, bluff some missed draws. And we do get him to bluff his missed flush draw. So, you know what that means. And pay special attention to that spot. That's one of the most profitable spots in poker. I see people misplay that spot so often. It is you bet 2 streets with a weak middling type hand, and then you go for like a bet fold on the river when all the draws miss. It's pretty bad. When all the draws missed, and you've just got called twice, they probably had either a weak hand or a draw. It's unlikely they'll have a hand stronger than yours. A lot of times they're going to check back like ace-10 or whatever it was there. Anyway, some hands that beat you will just check back. So when they bet there, it's kind of just polarizes the hell out of them. They either got 2 pair or better or nothing. Busted draw. So I don't. If I just had an underpair there, if I had pocket deuces, I would still be check calling that river or just calling that river. This guy's pretty aggro. Is he in the cutoff? I think I can ship 20 big blinds for 3s in the big blind versus an aggro player. Yeah, it's definitely plus EV. Called in 2 spots. I just think we have the best hand here so much. I'm going to bet again. Yeah. I guess this guy exactly has to have a set or jack-10 here to do this, or 6-7 of diamonds. So this table looks okay, 67-0. To our right. This one, probably not so much. The one soft spot appears to be 55-0-2 to our left. This guy was sat down with 557, so he might be a soft spot, but I like to have these players on my right. Wow, we get 3-bet by a 46-8. For an effective 40 big blinds. It's hard for him to have a lot worse than queens, honestly, here. I mean, he could have jacks. But generally, this is a pretty strong indicator. We could be flipping. So maybe we just call, and on a non-ace or king flop, we check shove. Yeah, I think that's just the way we have to play this. Because now we get value from jacks. God forbid he have 10s. But I think he c-bets ace-king here sometimes. Often. I think we just have to check shove and try to get called by ace king that might be committed now. I mean, I think he's going to have kings or aces a lot, but he's also going to have jacks or ace king that'll get it in as well. But we just can't fold queens pre-flop, right? Really, people? Really? God, I thought we had that one. I was leaving that table too, but I'm not now. That is insanely frustrating. Because we just check fold if he flops a king, right? Because I think his range just has to be aces, kings, ace, king when he so much. He's not going to c-bet jacks as often, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So we get exactly what we wanted. There's not much we can do about the cards coming, though. All we can do is get it in with our 80% equity and hope we win. Getting pretty frickin' old, though. At least we didn't lose our whole stack, I guess. We had doubled up here, though. This is the second time this has happened where we've had nearly 60 buy-ins on a table and just dumped it on variance. Bad beats, whatever you want to call that. And as we played that hand, that's definitely a bad beat. We got it in. We made him call it off with ace high, right? He can never be good there when he calls that off. I mean, I guess we could have queen jack, but that's just highly unlikely as played. So, I mean, I think he's even flipping against queen jack. So, it's very frustrating that that's been happening so much to us. Seems to be a conspiracy against us getting our bankroll moving. What's the best seed here? I guess there is no bad choice here, right? Let's see if somebody limps real quick. He folds, so I'm going to take this seat. I guess we just bet third of our stack here or whatever and commit. I mean, we've just posted like 20% of our stacks, so. Thanks a lot. Right? Why can't we get these flops when we have 60 big blinds, right? We're definitely committed, so it doesn't really matter what bet size. We just want to get more money in this pot if possible. I think we can... Is this a 3x? Yeah, I think we can just call with queen jack suited with a 79-7. We get it in with the nuts here. And we hit the nuts on the turn, and we win a small pot. But hey, it's something, right? I mean, we're only down $1 on that table, right? Just check back with probably the best hand, and we can raise this river for protection. Well, we could raise it if he didn't pot it. Yeah, I guess we'll fold now, but I was going to raise that river with probably the best hand and get him to commit some with his bluffing range and then fold some equity. Yeah, it's okay. We do have aces now, though. That's good. This guy's 50s, 25. Probably got a pretty tight range here. You have a small stack. We can flat. This is one of the times when you can flat with big pairs, when your stack is diminished. And we're basically committed now. We don't really care what flops. We're going to have such a low SPR. We're going to have like almost a 1 SPR. We're just hoping somebody connects in some way with this flop. I think we can ship this with only 17 big blinds. We're just going to bet 50 cents here. Get one victim here. We're probably good here a lot. So hopefully we can just get like a deuce-deuce run out. That's good. How about another 5 on the river? Deuce is good. Probably good here 70% of the time. Now I'm just going to shove the turn. Oh, he actually had a 9. How do you have a 9? How do you have a 9? I'm not going to slow play this turn. There's way too many hands picked up equity. Yeah, we profit. Gut shot and backdoor flush draw. How does this guy have king 9 there? So sick. Small pot though. What about a 4 spades on the turn? 4 spades? Probably just check now. This guy's pretty passive. We'll get a free card a lot. 4 of spades. A little late, but we'll take it. Just bet a standard. We want to bet under $1 here just for psychological reasons. Make it look like a smaller bet so we get paid off more often. Because I just think he's going to have a weak 7x, 5x type hand here most of the time. He's just not going to pay off much. We need to bet a little bit on the small side. And we can certainly check, but I'm guessing 8-7 or something is what he had. He actually he hit the 4 on the river. How funny is that? See? 4 on the river. That's pretty funny. So yeah, it was obviously a good bet size and to get called by that. Probably wasn't leaving this table. That was an accident. I was just going to reevaluate. Oh well. This might be the same table getting pulled up. Nope. That's a pretty big pot for this player, and I think he busted to 2 fish. Ugh, all the fish are sitting out now. Maybe one of them will reload. That's unfortunate. That's like worst case scenario. I guess we'll probably be getting off this table. So ace king, that's a good thing. Whoops. Guess we'll leave this one. Especially after we double up with aces here, right? Oh, it just 4x'd. I was trying to 3x it. Did you see that extra big blind it threw in there? I only moved the spinning wheel one time, I thought. Mouse is a little bit touchy, I guess. My keyboard's been kind of wackadoodle lately, too. Every time I hit X or W, it does triple X or triple W. I think this is just a bet and get it in spot here. Just a normal value bet size. Avoid the 7s on the turn. That's a good result. And we do hold. You notice the little pause on the end it gave us? Like, hey, it might be coming. The screw might be coming. We profit there. Meathead. We gotta get back on Meathead. Do we just ship ace 10 here with 50 cents in? I think so. First hand on the table, we want to build an image. It's a little looser than we would normally probably do there, but I think it'll build an image for us. Potentially get called by worse too. So now we have a really bad image because we shoved. So if we have kings, aces, queens, ace, king, ace, queen, something in the next few hands, we can definitely increase the likelihood, increase our Shania, as it might be. Alright, another ace-8 decided to hero us. Deuce! That's good enough. High card, but we'll take it. It's nice when you have an easy one, right? And get the right run out. It's always nice. So we'll get off of this whatever that is table. Wow, 2 callers of our ISO. So I just guess we just have to check back this flop if it, assuming it checks to us, and hope a 10 peels. Min 3-bet, huh? I guess we have the right price. Yeah, we'll just try and realize some equity here. Not likely to get folds on that board. Can't really bet for value. Can't really bet as a bluff. Not really going to set anything up. We're just better off just checking this down. 10! Do we rep the ace? Wow. Got shot straight flush draw too. With a straight. Do we just ship? I guess we just ship, right? Looks like he wants to get it in. Let's don't call and let this player call and see some shenanigan deuce of hearts turn, right? We'll just hope that one of these wascally wabbits doesn't have a flush. It's kind of hard since there's not that many hearts left in the deck. We have one. And if they do have it, we have an out. We have 3% equity or whatever. Alright, we just gotta hold. And we do. Cha-ching! Definitely ship this. Thanks for the min 3-bet. The only reason we were in that hand. Definitely feeling it right now. Definitely feeling in the zone. Got 30 more minutes to run this bankroll up to 200. Let's do this. We'll definitely ship the 9s. We just shipped the ace 4 in the last hand. Maybe we'll get called a little light. Maybe this guy won't have us crushed. Come on, we just shoved 2 straight hands. You gotta call with your 5s, right? 4s. Ace 5. Probably not in his range. King Jack. Or just fold. That's fine too. If you folded like Queen 10, that's a good thing for us. I think I'll open the 8-3 suited. We'll try and keep building this aggressive image we have. Keep it intact. It's certainly a good hand to do it with. This guy hasn't played a pot yet. And usually the best indicator of whether you should steal a hand lightly is whether the big blind is aggro or not. This is a pretty well connected board. I think if we're going to continue here, we need to either check back and give up, or bet fairly big and one and done it. One and done. I'm going to bet pretty big. I'm definitely going to open this. We have a 111 guy here. We have a 75-13. If we flop big here, we could definitely win a giant pot. And this is why you build an aggressive image right here. Right here with the kings. This is why you open 8-3 suited on the button. This is why you shove 8-4 when that guy limps blind versus blind. That's why you shove the 9s over the 3-bet. I mean 3-bet the 9s over this player. We're going to get less respect when we do have a hand. Do we just ship here? Because they're going to get called by pocket 6s plus. We're going to get called by a lot of ace highs. Do we just keep the image of like we're just shoving every hand? I think we just have to ship here. If somebody has us beat, nice hand, sir. 4s, 3s, 5s, whatever. But we built to this spot. We got to take advantage of it when we can. This is how you take advantage of it. You just get the monies in. It's a little unfortunate, but it's better than being beat, right? So this guy's not going to have too many aces in his range. We'll certainly call with the king-queen here. That's a pretty bad card. That's actually a good check fold card. I think he even checks back his ace highs here. So I know he's going to raise a lot of flush draws. What could he have that's a bluff here, though? I mean, I could see him thin value betting with an ace now. Or 2-pair. Yeah, it's blind versus blind. So I could see a value bet here. And the flush draw got there, so we're just going to have to suck it up and fold that one, I think. I guess when you're unsure, you just sit to the left of the money, right? We'll take that one. We'll lead the king high board. Expect him to fold sometimes with like deuces. Not that it's easy for him to have deuces. I think we can barrel off now. He might fold a queen eventually. Or 9s or 8s or 7s. Ace highs. Everything beating an 8 high hand. Just check call, check call, check call spot usually. If he decides to ever bet. Yeah, this is just a bet fold on the river now. Bet a little bit on the big side so we can be more confident in our fold. It's just an easy fold now. AC 90, I guess that's dry enough we can bet. Good card to barrel. Get him off a float. Okay, I don't have any reason not to believe you. We don't really have many good rivers for us there either. Yeah, I'll just limp that. I think it's probably pretty close either way. This guy's, I think, the type that will ISO quite a bit, though. But, yeah, we get an ISO, that's all that matters. Don't really care who's doing it. Except for the guy that's 5-3 over 100 hands. Don't really want him ISOing me. I'll just ship the rest. Hopefully get called by Ace-Jack. Or get a fold, that's good too. Just throw some dead money in the pot and fold your equity. Works for me. This guy be doing it with worse. I guess we can call here to keep this player in and just let this player play out of position. I think it'll reveal the strength of his hand pretty quick since he got called twice. I think we just bet small for value now and hopefully get some light calls from this player who's going to have ace high a lot. But no, we'll just take it down. That's fine. Good result. Pretty good amount of dead money there. It's better than getting check raised. Never be upset with winning a pot. Unless you feel you misplayed it or could have got more value than you did, and it's obvious. I might have opened that. I don't know why I'm folding there. So we have just about 20 minutes left. I got a little bit of an early start today. I'm going to go ahead and just do my 2 hours. Honestly, need to take about a 30-second to a minute break. I will be right back. Go ahead and just fold these hands. What do we got here? 9-6, no thanks. 3-7, yeah, I'll open that on the button with a fish in the blinds. Yeah, I've been drinking about a gallon of water for the last month or so a day. Yeah, frequent trips to the potty. You can always tell a parent You always, I don't know why I checked that back. You can always spot a parent when they use the word potty. You can be pretty much guaranteed that they've got kids. 'Cause who says that until you have kids, right? You definitely stop saying the shitter or even the toilet or the head, or you gotta say something the kids can understand. Then it just kind of gets ingrained in your vocabulary. I don't know why I just clicked that, but was it really a joke? I'll take that table. So I'm looking for that hand right now. I don't know why I did that. So I'm taking it was a pretty big pot. It's not that one. I'm not seeing that hand. Not finding that situation. I think 18 big blinds. This guy's 7-7. I think I can fold that. I mean, I have this guy, but you know, I wish I'd just called. I didn't even think about that. So where is that hand? Maybe it was yesterday because I haven't downloaded it yet, probably. You can find the day and the timestamp, let me know. But I can't find a single 9-8 that fits that situation. Weird. Must have been yesterday. Yeah, sorry man. I tried. I'd like to review it on stream right here, but I'll need to know when it was. If I can, I'll do a little looking, but preliminary indications are it's must have been yesterday. Let's try and finish strong. We got about 15 minutes or so. Let's kick some names and take some ass, or whatever the hell they say. 9-8 offsuit. Here we go. That's not the nuts. Yeah, this is why this spot sucks so much. It's just because you have no fold equity, but you probably have the best hand. You're gonna get floated. Ugh, it's just a gross spot because he's probably just gonna call you down, but you're never gonna see a river because you probably will bet now in check two. Yeah, I just don't like this spot. I think I might take my 14 big blinds and get the hell out, blow this popsicle stand and get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Screw it. How about 5 would be good, but if not, I'll take a heart on the turn. How about a 4 of hearts? Give me a gut shot too. Ugh, not my favorite. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna try and bluff this guy. We sometimes just have the best hand anyway that'll check back. We have a flush draw and a gut shot. We're definitely continuing in this hand in some fashion. Hopefully we just take it down on the flop. It's not the best turn card, but we'll still try to set a price for our turn bet here. I just think it's way too damn likely this guy has an ace. But I think we bet 50 cents he might fold everything else, like this flush draws and stuff. Not that that's terribly likely. But we have to bet with 7 high, right? He's got more hands in his range besides ace X. So it would suck to like have him have 10 high there, right? And win the pot. I'm going to open ship this. Screw this floating stuff. Let's give him a chance to call with ace 5. Yep, sayonara. Get off of that crap table. Look for a slightly better crap table. There are none right now. Kind of whittling down on all these tables, aren't we? This one says we're only down 15 cents. Huh? I'm a little confused. We bought in for $1.80? Okay. Range. It's a pretty good table here. We got a fish to our right and an aggro to our left, so we can limp a pretty wide range, limp shove. It's good. Yeah, it's a good board to see bet. Gut shot, and probably hard for him to have much there. People fear the nuts, right? On a paired board. Yuck. We're probably going to call here. Apparently I have an 8-cent profit here. This must, the Hold'em indicator must be screwed up or it crashed or something. I don't know. Unless you can think of some reason why it's doing this. I'm definitely going to continue. This guy's really aggressive, and now I have a bunch of fish in the hand. Do I really want to give a free card? It's going to look kind of strong no matter what I do. But I think a small bet's better than a check. Seven of clubs, worst card in the deck. Here it comes. Maybe if I call for the bad cards, they won't come. Yep. So now we have a like 70-80% pot size bet. Hopefully he's got 10-9. That'd be good. Maybe we can get it in dominating for a change. Of course, we did that yesterday, right? And he hit his kicker. True story. This guy doesn't want to fold his flush draw, apparently. $13 big blinds. I think there's a good chance that's either going to get through or get called by worse. Don't think I have. I mean, I'm barely even getting the right price to limp there. I think the aggro route. I'm surprised I didn't get called by his entire range. Only 13 big blinds. I'll just fold. So we got about 8 minutes. I don't know if I have enough time to even play one revolution. Maybe I'll do that. Play this revolution here, and then come around one more time. Yeah, that's what we'll do, and we'll be done. Yeah, that 8-9 of diamonds hand might just be one of the corrupted hands. Sometimes when I convert my hands, I'd say not even 1%, but a small percentage do get corrupted. So my graph may be like 99% accurate. The numbers may not match up eventually exactly, which is fine. I mean, hands get corrupted. That's what happens when you have to use third-party software to convert hands. It's not going to be a perfect system. We're just going to open ship the tens. I think there's plenty of whales on this table that will pay us off. We just had shoved a couple hands ago, so we'll probably get less respect with the tens now. Let's just try and get called by like any pocket pair or weak ace, something. Make it 10-9. Let's have an easy one, right? 10 deuce. That'd be even better. It's hard for him to make any hands. Or he could just spike his king. Okay, at least we only had a minimal amount of money. Is that king 9? Is that the second time we've been beat by that hand?
Is it really possible to change your life?
Ugh, stupid ads. Trying to find that hand, but I guess it's kind of pointless right now. Just wait till I can download the hands. Alright, so we'll play this one out. We'll wait till the blinds come through here. This one, and then we'll be done. Today was a much better session overall as far as less variance. There were still some coolers, but a lot of good things happened for us this session. You're gonna have, you're gonna lose 70-30s in every session. It's even 80-20s. I'm not looking to win every hand, but I just want to win my share equity-wise, right? That's all I want. I don't need no fancy run goods. I just need to win my share of flips, etc. We didn't really get that many flips today yet, did we? Oh, aces. Could this be the one? Could this be a good finish? Rebet? Rebet? Shove? Okay, I'll take a call. We'll bet. Not really worried about a spade. Ah, shucks. At least we got a little action, right? We'll leave that one. We will ship over this limp, although it's a little fishy when he's 14-0. So this type of player is going to be trapping a lot. I think we can check and then lead a lot of flops. Maybe you could have a hand like 10s he folds now, right, that he was trapping with. I think against this type of player that could be trapping a lot, that's probably your best bet. Take the low variance route there. I think if he was, obviously if it was this player, or an 80-20 or a 40-10, I would just shove there, right? Because he's going to have so many hands. But 14-0 limps, I think it's a range of deuces to nines and some traps. That type of thing. This guy's 81-4. I almost want to call here, but I'm not going to do it. Maybe if it was suited. Especially with another whale behind me, too. Wow, this table looks pretty good. I'm guessing we're up today. Tempted to look. I think we ended yesterday at 192, 187, 190. I can't remember exactly. I played a short session yesterday right before bed. I played for like 20 minutes, and I think I was up a few dollars. I'm not sure what I'm going to be at today. I think I started this session in the 190s, maybe close to 200. I'm going to say I'm going to be at 215, 218, somewhere in that range. We'll be back to where we were. We'll get back to our peak bankroll today. Pretty confident. And if it's better than that, it's just gravy. It takes a lot of discipline not to look at your balance because it's right there to my left. If I just glance over, I'll see it. I actually can look at my tables. I've gotten pretty good at this. It takes a lot of practice. But I've played 7-8 hour sessions and not looked at my balance. In fact, I've gone a week or more on Bovada, back when it was Bovada, without looking at my. It's actually what I used to do. Is every Monday morning or after every Sunday night session, I would look at my balance. That's when I was rolled like. That's when I had like close to 100 buy-ins for 200 an L. I didn't need to constantly monitor my bankroll. I knew even if I had my worst week ever, I would still have plenty of bankroll left to play that stake. So I just think I play better when I'm not looking at how I'm doing. I think most players would be. But yeah, what I was saying is I think if you're not doing that currently, if you are checking your balance like after every big pot or your poker tracker, your hold'em manager, stop. Give it a try. Okay, so we're done. And there we go. Okay, we are up above 230. This is now our peak bankroll. 215 was our previous peak, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're at 230 now. We're now, maybe we're at, yeah, I think it was 215. So our next stop is 50 NL, which we will take a shot at in $69. So yeah, that's exciting. I mean, we just were up, what were we up this session? At least 30 bucks. So, you know, just some decent run good. We left a little bit on the tables today, but we've done that the last 2 sessions, right? So we just have to do, we have to play and just hopefully we run good. So yeah, can't think of anything else to say. I do want to review hands. That would be awesome. Like in downtime during sessions, we could do that. If you guys want to mark timestamps on particular hands or provide your own hand histories, I'd be willing to review those as well just for fun. Make sure you write down reads. If you don't, I mean, even recent history, like a table dynamic thing, is helpful because a lot of my plays are all based on table dynamics. Well, all of my plays are based on table dynamics, if there are any table dynamics. If it's a vacuum, it's one thing. I can always talk vacuum about any hand. And we can talk contingencies based on different scenarios. But I prefer when I review a hand, I just know exactly what what was going on at that moment, because that's how you make the best decision you possibly can. So I really would like you guys to do that sometime. I look forward to it. But yeah, just mention a hand, give me the timestamp, tell me the session that I had, and I'll review any hand you want live while we're playing here as well. So thanks everybody again for watching the stream and the video if you're watching on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, follow my stream, and like all my videos if you wouldn't mind. It helps me out tremendously. I would appreciate that. I don't make any money for doing this, just a pittance off of advertising, so sharing this would be awesome. Throw me a bone occasionally and just share a video on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you can think to do so. So yeah, everybody enjoy the rest of their day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.